What's going on, everybody? It is I, Jacob Moore, the self-proclaimed sports analyst, and I'm joined by Mr. More for Your Money.
Woo!
And Adam the Goat.
Yes, I am the GOAT.
I've noticed Adam has changed his framing from the last episode.
You can
He's now
see
got a
trash
hoodie
in my
on.
background. I was trying to get rid of it. I kept trying to move it so you couldn't really see it.
We all do that. And Canada. Canada. Big dub from Canada today. And how's it going, Mr. Den? Hopefully you're doing well. Canada with the big win today. I mean, I would say an expected win, but at least they did what they were expected to do.
Yeah,
More
I'm
for
happy.
your money.
Woo!
How's it going, Will? Always good to see you in the chat.
Welcome back, Will and Dennis.
But
Six Nations. Welcome
we got
back.
a lot to talk about here today. We got World Juniors because we had a lot of interesting games today.
Interesting.
We have Monday Night Football.
Yeah, wow, what
game
game that
quite
was.
a surprise. How's it
that
going,
coming?
Sam? Just so you guys know, Sam has a new segment dropping tomorrow.
Hi, Sam.
So
Welcome
keep
back.
an eye out for that.
Yes.
And of course, we have the NHL that's been going on today. And just because I always like to get it in there, I want to talk to you guys a little bit of CFL towards the end because
Of
something is coming down the pipeline.
Yep. And it's
Adam,
not
do you like pipelines?
Why would I like? I don't know. Okay. I don't know how to answer that question. I don't know how to answer it. It's such a weird question.
Dennis, very good question on what the fart happened to the Bills. Well, I mean, Josh Allen was hurt, but I took some flack on a short that I posted about me saying that Patrick Mahomes is, Josh Allen is not in that same category as Patrick Mahomes. Some people agreed with me. Some people didn't agree with me, okay?
Yeah,
But
I don't agree, bud.
you always tell me, Dan, championships mean something. You argue with me, Curtis Joseph is not in the Hall of Fame because he doesn't have.
No, I think Cujo deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
But
I
you told
said,
me
unfortunately, that's the way we look at it.
so then the way I look at it for a GOAT, I think to be the GOAT, you got to win.
And he will this year.
Wow, I don't know about that, but we'll get into that later. World Juniors. So we had quite a few interesting games coming on in the World Juniors today.
Yeah, what a day. It was a
Great
fun
day.
So these were our matchups: Sweden, Germany, Czechia, Finland, United States, Slovakia, Denmark versus Canada. We'll talk about Denmark versus Canada first. By the way, if you guys see the QR code at the top of your screen, that takes us directly, I believe, to the Facebook page.
Thank you, Tulane, for that.
I just don't believe you, Jacob, that I will take you there. I just don't.
Well, Adam. You know what?
Witchcraft.
And that way, I believe in miracles.
It's witchcraft.
So that way, if you want to follow us on Facebook, which if you're not, please stalk us. And yet, Sam, the USA game was incredible. And we're definitely going to talk about that. I just quickly want to get into the Canada game. Overall, happy with it. Still a couple little things I'd like to see cleaned up going in against Finland on New Year's Eve. And Adam, you might be thinking, why am I complaining about a 9-1 victory? Because I'm a Leaf fan as well, so I like to complain.
Well, no.
I just didn't like the one goal that Canada did get on against them because it's off a bad turnover again. So be a little sharper there, shoot the puck a little bit more, and then I'm happy.
There are things to fix. Like there was a lot of there was some unclean passing, but I liked what I saw. Like they looked a lot better today. They looked a lot more confident. The passings, as long as you don't get punished on the turnovers, I think you can kind of live with it, especially with what they're trying to do. Like you could see what they're trying to do when those turnovers are happening, at least. But Gavin McKenna with a hat trick, eventually he was going to have one of these types of games. He now has 7 points. When you look at it, and because I thought they brought up a good point today on the broadcast that draft eligible prospects don't usually dominate this tournament. You have the outlier in Connor Bedard who put up 23 points in his draft eligible. But Macklin Celebrini didn't have a dominant tournament. I wouldn't really I think he had 7 points. which is exactly what Gavin McKenna has right now. I'm pretty sure Celebrini didn't have like a dominant tournament. Like even like Sidney Crosby, like I looked it up to see like his 2 years because I think his draft year was 2005. He had only 9 points in 6 games in that tournament. He had 5 the previous year. So he wasn't exactly dominant. You know, like when you look at it point wise compared to other players, like the dominance wasn't like that team was dominant though. The 05 team was probably
it's best team all the time
into this tournament.
Yeah.
Like the talent in that team was just
that was the lockout year,
to,
correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was the lockout year. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
My favorite team was still the Jordan Eberle, John Tavares era.
That was a great team, too.
Well, like,
I'm not saying I was the most skilled team Canada, but look, I even want Jordan Eberle on my Olympic team, right? So everyone knows I'm a big Jordan Eberle fan. Even though Dan thought he only had like 6 goals this year.
No, he's playing really well.
Really?
He has a lot more than that.
He has what, 13 now?
Probably. But like Gavin McKenna, hat trick, had a great game. Michael Misa had 3 points. He had a great game. Like eventually he was going to break out. I thought he had an amazing game, even if he didn't get 3 points. Like I thought he had a great game again today. Like I thought that first line looked a lot better. TJ Ginla, ridiculous shot. Zane Brake has a ridiculous shot as well. Like
I think this comment's satire here. I don't think Canada looked like the league.
They did, yeah.
No. I do want them to shoot more. They still got to clean up the turnovers.
Well, they didn't have that many turnovers today. Like it wasn't.
But what I'm saying is, though, Adam, the one goal was caused by a turnover, and then losing a puck battle. Yeah. And I mean, I get it. You're playing Denmark. You're half asleep. But it's
to be fair, Jacob, like that goal came off the fact that was only the second shot Carter George faced and his first shot in like 10 minutes.
No, you're right.
So it's kind of like you can make an excuse that it's like Carter George didn't have a lot to work, and that goal just kind of squeaked by him.
I'm actually not mad at Carter George about it. I just don't like losing 1-on-2 battles down low against a team that you're bigger than. That's all.
No, it's frustrating, but it's like, what can you do? Like, that's just something that kind of happened. I thought Denmark played despite this 9-1 scoreline. I thought Denmark played great. I thought their goalie looked amazing. He only gave up. He made 41 saves. Like, you can't really blame the guy for this.
You can't really blame him.
Canada played a great game. And I thought, and I think, because I'll bring up this point again when we talk about the Finland-Czech game, that I think it's interesting to compare the scores between the games those two teams have now played. They played basically every single other team at this point that the other has played outside of each other, which I think will be the real determining factor of which team is the better team. Because at the end of the day, those games will really determine it. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be a fun game. I can't wait for New Year's Eve because that's going to be a great day of hockey.
Oh, it will be. That's the day it's when all the big dogs go up against each other, right? So it's really where we know each division gets basically settled is New Year's Eve. Yeah. So that's always exciting. Plus New Year's Eve, we all get to have a little fun, especially Dan.
Oh yeah.
But I love the respect though that Canada played with today.
I was impressed that they weren't celebrating like idiots or.
Well, because I thought the year, I don't remember what year it was, but there was a year Canada beat, I think it was Denmark, 14-0, and we're celebrating during the 14th goal.
Yeah,
and I'm like, guys, I understand you're excited to be here, but it's the 14th goal you've just scored. And you're celebrating like you just won the cup. It's a respect thing, and it's nice to see that they at least respected Denmark enough not to celebrate the last couple goals that they scored.
100%.
I do agree with you there.
I mean, I'm actually very happy with this team tonight. I agree with Adam's point 1,000% that, if they didn't over-celebrate, that's really good. Yeah, Sexton Carter George gave up the one goal, but, he made the save when he had to make it, even if it came from center ice. And, Canada, I think, respectfully dominated the game. That's exactly what they had to do. They had to get the goals because, unfortunately, like we talked about in this tournament, it's based on how many goals they scored for. So you have to ramp it up in case of a tiebreaker. And I thought it was the first time that McKenna actually looked like a top player. He looked phenomenal tonight. He was the leader tonight of this team. I give him a lot of respect for it. Then even when he scored that sick third hat-trick goal, he didn't over-celebrate it, right? And he was really the leader of his team, and he showed it tonight. So I'm really impressed with him. So hopefully this carries on for the rest of the tournament to the gold medal.
Now, I will say to Will's comment here, this is kind of what I just was talking about. I did feel they lost focus at times, but I also can understand it because it's a game that's kind of, let's be honest, it's a game you're going to win. And that's no disrespect to Denmark. Denmark's tournament is basically tomorrow when they play Latvia. That is their tournament. I do
want to say, though, like, you can't, like, Carter George, like, that goal, I think it was the second or
Welcome
third.
Back, Louder.
And I'm like, what can you, like, you can't really blame him, in my opinion, for the goal. Cause like you face nothing for like 10, 15 minutes as a goalie. It's like,
right.
It's tough. It's tough to be in that position and having to like stay ready to make saves and stuff when you're facing absolutely nothing. Like, he didn't face a shot for like probably like 20 minutes in actual time. Like, it's hard to stay focused the way that he was trying to. And like, he's also not like a massive guy, so he couldn't really cover up high where the shot was put, like, which is his one weakness, I think, in that was that, like, he couldn't really get up and cover. He maybe could have done a better job covering it, but in that moment, he couldn't really get up and cover it as best as he could. And he still, like, he got contact on the puck at least, but.
Also, how's it going? I'm not going to say your name, even though
yeah, great name. What's up?
Crazy name.
Yeah. How's it going, diddly dude? As they'd say on The Simpsons.
I was going to say too. Question for Will, since I know William is one of our fans from down south the border. I'm curious: are people talking about this tournament down there? Is it a big deal for them? Like, I know people are talking about Minnesota, but I know you're not located in Minnesota. So I'm curious, in other parts of America, are people talking about this? So maybe if you get a chance, Will, you can answer in the comments.
Well, I will say that, attendance numbers is showing that Americans don't seem to give a hoot as much about this tournament as other countries. Because even when you look to when it was in Finland a couple years ago, Finland was getting good attendance for, like, all the games.
Every game.
Where, unfortunately, in Minnesota, we're just not seeing it, whether it has to do with situations that are going on politically or whatever the reason may be. Canadians don't seem to be crossing the border to watch this the way they would have been, I would even say 6 years ago.
I will say that game of America versus Slovakia today, I don't know if it was a sellout, but it looked like a pretty packed house. I would say it's probably about 15,000 people there today, and they were loud 15,000 people.
That was a crazy game to say the least. That was like that game.
That was a game of the day.
Despite the low scoring, I thought Czechia and Finland was a great game. Despite it being low scoring, I thought it was a great 100%. Game. I thought it was definitely a battle of heavyweights. That was a great game to watch.
Oh, great game. Especially the end of the overtime goal. Holy
that goal was class.
Wow.
That'll probably be the goal of the tournament.
That's one of the goals of all time, not just this year, of all time tournaments. To get a goal like that in a shootout, the penalty shot is cute, but this was an overtime in a big game. I mean, that's got to be in top 10 of tournament history.
Dan, breaking news. Will was answering the question. I hear it here and there, but it doesn't have a lot of traction. It's like in Canada, for our Canadian viewers, as you know, the World Juniors is arguably one of the biggest things that are going on in the country.
Everyone's walking down the street, people wearing their Team Canada swag,
which is great.
Yeah,
and Sam's saying it's cool seeing McKenna, Martone, and Haig playing together when their rivalries in the Big Ten, the NCAA. So it's funny how rivalries can now become.
It's funny.
I think now I'd like to move to, again, we kind of look at these scores. I think it's time we move on to this Czechia versus Finland game, which is 2-1.
I love this game so much.
And this was a hell of a game. Like, there's no and ifs or buts about it. You really could not have asked for a better matchup for this one. And I thought
outside of the
Finland,
penalties, like the 7 minutes of penalties in the first half of the first period. Like,
yeah, I mean,
that
I
wasn't
thought
very
Finland
fun.
really turned it up in the third. I thought first and second, I mean,
Yeah.
especially the first of all the penalties, they were struggling and the penalties weren't reciprocating the other way and they were getting very frustrated with it. But overall, I felt this game this could be a preview of like one of the, when we're seeing it, like this is how good these games can be because those are two teams. I think both of them are capable of winning gold. And we saw a type of game that felt like a medal game. It was very intense. I thought both goaltenders played very well. I felt both teams actually deserved to win, but Checha at the end of the day got the job done. So go ahead, Dan.
Oh, I'll just go and say people are like, oh, it's a low scoring game. It drives me nuts when people say it has to be a high scoring game to be exciting. I don't think that's the case. That was a low scoring game. I was very excited. I'm quite happy watching a 2-1 hockey game. I think low scoring games are very exciting. And I got to say, too, just how high of a caliber Czechia is. We've been seeing some people saying that Czechia is not a top caliber team. Well, I think they proved us wrong today. I also thought they were a high quality team right from the get-go, but they set up a lot of credits today. Also, fun fact, Pat Verbeet, who was a really good Czech player back in the early 2000s, late 90s, he was in attendance today, and he is now the general manager for Anaheim Mighty Ducks. I thought that was pretty cool because they made a lot of good moves this past couple of years. Anaheim's really climbed up the leaderboard, so that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, the Germans certainly we will touch base on that Germany-Sweden game a little bit, but I mean, Sweden really kicked their butt. There's really nothing else to it. Like it was
There's nothing else to say about that game.
Yeah, I mean, big shout out to Dan found a hat. That's not a
But
box.
I do wanna talk about like the penalty, the game misconduct penalty that happened. Like that was so when I watched it, like originally, like I came down, like when I turned on the TV to get to the game finally, like I watched just as Czechia had scored. So I was like confused on what was going on there. I was confused why there was so much power play time. And I finally got to watch the hit. And it's like ridiculous. It looked like he kind of like started at like his chest and then it kind of just rode up, hit him in the face. There's no excuse for that. But like, you can even see like it's a tough penalty to take, especially when you start where I think he kind of started high in the chest anyways. Like it was going to be a penalty either way, but like he started low and then it kind of just rode up his momentum. And it's an unfortunate penalty to take, but it was still 5 minutes, still a game misconduct by their rules. Like the IIHF rules are just very strict. Which I
was going to say, though, the 5-minute penalties, I think have been very all over the map this tournament because there was a hit in the Slovakia-US game that was high. It was only considered a 2, but I mean, it was a hit to the head. It could have been a 5. And I think fans are just looking for consistency.
The one that didn't get reviewed.
Yes, because they called it a 2 from the first place. And I think
I think it was who threw the hit.
What fans are just looking for, at least especially myself, because I'm very important, is we're just looking for consistency, right? Like to call the Latvia hit a 5-minute and then some of these other ones are just 2. I think it's just confusing everyone on what a 5 is.
The issue is it the ref doesn't see the head contact. Like you can't really, like the refs aren't going to go and like review a play that they don't see. And like I don't think the review center can really like direct them to review.
Well, they can't, but maybe that's an issue. Like we just need to. All I'm getting at is I feel this year has been worse than other years on what they're calling a 5 versus what they're not. But go ahead, Mr. Moore.
It's hard to.
I have a gas to ask for this topic, and after that, we gotta give it some more amazing comments. Thank you, everyone, for the great comments coming in.
Here comes the donkey butt. Gas, or is it ass?
Thank you for Adam bringing up this great point about the about these calls that we're seeing. But I've been wondering this question forever, so it's a great time to say it. Gas or ass? We should scrap the IIHF rule book and just go completely off CHL rules.
Ass.
Really? I would say gas.
CHL players.
ass. Wait, did you mean
That benefits
NHL
Canada.
or CHL?
CHL, like the OHL, the WHL, the
ass.
OQHL.
I'm
Like,
asked.
even NHL rules, I think, are garbage compared to the IHF rules. That's such
Really? Wow, even Sam's
because I think a
too.
big issue for the CHL is that they don't is that they like their rules in terms of like their player safety and such and like their game misconducts and stuff. It's really like their rules are just as bad as the NHL in my eyes. Like I just don't think they're as how should I say it? Like they aren't as consistent because the rules are just so
Up to
gray.
interpretation.
Like they're just too complicated to call them properly. Like the IHF, I think the great part about the IHF is that their rules are strict. Like you see it, head contact, gone. You're good. There's no if, ands, or uts about it. Yeah, touch head, you're gone. You're done.
There's no gray
Their
stuff
rules,
going on in their bedroom.
Yeah, their rules are strict. They tell you exactly what you do,
Very black and white.
what happens when you do something, and you're done. You're gone. Game misconduct. Like I saw something, like there was a rule sheet that had like check marks of what would happen, like what's an automatic game misconduct or what's just 5-minute penalty. And it's like you contact to the head, you're gone. Like that is it. That is player safety. That is the most obvious thing. And I think the big issue is that I think the only issue with their rule book is if the ref doesn't see it, they can't call it to review it. Because you got to call 5 minutes to then review the penalty, but they're not going to call 5 minutes unless they see potential head contact. They don't see the potential head contact. It's hard. There got to be a better way to deal with it, I think. But I prefer the IHF rulebook over even the NHL rulebook. I hate the NHL rulebook.
So do I personally. I think the NHL rulebook is
too complicated. Yeah. They've made things too complicated, and the refs they have too wide of a spectrum to call stuff. And it's like I feel like if the IHF rulebook was over here, things would be tough for them to adapt. But I do think the stricter rules is what's kept players a lot safer in international hockey.
And I want to say to add on to Adam's point, Dan, on why I think this is ass. You're also talking about minors, and head injuries under the age of 20 are so much more dangerous than over the age of 20 because everything's still developing.
That's
and
true.
You got to look at protecting children. I mean,
100%.
It might sound weird saying children, and these guys are like 6'2" and could literally eat us all for breakfast. But at the end of the day, they're still children. And I think it's important to keep these kids safe. But I want to get to some comments here. And an interesting one from Will, and I believe this is referencing that Finland Czechia game. And yeah, the game, there were so many penalties being called that were very easily avoidable. And that's one thing I think coaches hate the most, when it's a bunch of trippings and hookings and interference. And it's not like they're penalties that are saving goals and things like that. They're penalties that can just clearly be avoided. So I do agree that both Czechia and Finland need to clean that up, because we saw it too in the US-Slovakia game. Special teams can really make a big difference, right?
Oh, for sure.
Which, in my opinion, that was the game of the day, was the US-Slovakia game. That game.
Oh, interesting.
I want to say though, I don't think personally, in my eyes, just watching the game myself, I personally think Slovakia deserved the win. That doesn't mean that the US winning, wasn't a deserved win. I think personally Slovakia played a better all-around game than I think the US just their big guys stepped up in the moments.
I'd agree with that.
Got the goals that they needed to win the game. They deserved, but I think Slovakia played well enough to win the game. I think the US barely survived that game. And I said this during the game, that there are still big flashing warning signs. I don't think the US should be happy with this performance. I don't think their fans should be happy with this performance, because I'd be majorly concerned heading into that Swedish game, because Slovakia couldn't keep the puck out of the net well enough tonight. And I think Sweden will be ruthless. If the US do play this way again, this game will be well out of reach after the first period, because the Swedes are just you saw it today on their power play. Their power play just obliterated Germany. Like they're
Yeah.
Stenberg, Victor Eklund, Frondell, like those guys are just deadly. Like they will bury you if you give them the chance. And if US goaltending is poor, like it was today, they will be buried by the Swedes on New Year's Eve.
You only thing though, Adam, I will say for a little bit of, and maybe I'm, maybe I'm more calm about it after because I was so frustrated with Canada, and now I'm seeing that progression with Canada. Slovakia did give Sweden the same run for their money, even though it was a different type of game. It was a 3-2 game. Slovakia almost beat Sweden. So it's not like Slovakia has been terrible and then they almost blew the doors off the stage. Even though after the first period, I was like, what the heck happened to America? Where'd all their talent go? Because Slovakia was just outworking them. They were out skating them. They were out forechecking. They were just doing everything. And I would even say that third period, I didn't think America did a good job at all closing that game out. But I still think they can beat Sweden. I just think they need to clean things up. I think, though, Canada, as this tournament's gone on, is getting a little bit better. And if anything, I don't know if you guys would agree with me, I'm actually seeing a little bit of the opposite in the States. So I think they look better to start the tournament, and then in this game, things looked kind of shaky. But Slovakia is a great team.
I wasn't trying to take anything away from like Slovakia. I thought they played of course I said they deserve the win as well. But what I meant, I think, so I will say Sweden, I saw some worrying things from Sweden earlier in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I think the difference in what I've seen from Sweden and the US, when I say Sweden can bury the United States, because I think it's true, especially if Sweden take too many especially if the US take too many penalties like they did today. I just think that the worrying thing is that their power play wasn't clicking until today. Goaltending's been shaky. I think the difference is Sweden have alleviated my worries of them from how they played the last couple games, where I'm okay, but the US, I don't think they looked convincing against Germany. They weren't convincing the rest of the games they played. They haven't had that dominating performance where you're just oh yeah, this was end to end. There was no worries about the US getting this job done. Germany was a worrying game.
That game was close for too long.
Germany was well into that game, and the US were very lucky to escape with a 6-3 win. I think it was maybe not lucky, but I do think it was a little bit too close for comfort. Whereas the US should have manhandled Germany Sweden did. If the US are going to be if the USA are going to be a big dog, and then having to play Sweden now after Sweden have already just dominated an opponent that you came so close to losing to. And it was such a close game when Germany, no offense to Germany, but Germany doesn't have the talent to stay in that, shouldn't have had the talent to stay in that game with the USA. But the worrying thing is that their goaltender hasn't been a Carter George or the Swedish goalie or the Finnish goalie or the Czech goalie, where they've been dominant in certain games.
That's why if you look up at Wilder's comment, it draws in perfect what Adam is talking about here about Jeremy.
Yes, we did speak on this comment before, but yeah, Germans got blowed out without the good goaltending, and Germany at times has had goaltending that's helped them in. The only thing I will say to your point, Adam, is I think a lot of Canadians felt the same way when they beat Latvia 2-1. Latvia shouldn't have the talent to keep up with Canada, and then Finland completely blew the doors off Latvia.
Well, I think those were different circumstances.
But then Canada beats Czechia, and then Czechia barely beats Finland. So but I do understand the concerns when you look at Team USA. I mean, they're also missing Cole Hudson. I don't know if he'll be back or not. He's listed a day-to-day right now. And he's a huge piece to that. He's a huge piece to that blue line, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But I do agree. I think I'll be interested to see when America plays Sweden, will they play up to their competition? Because I think they came into this game thinking that they could beat Slovakia without putting in a full effort. I think America won this game off one period of hockey. The second period, they really dominated Slovakia. They outshot them 23-10, outscored them 4-2. And that's kind of where the game was won for the States. Like the
Right.
first and third, Slovakia outplayed the States in the first. And I would say the third, Slovakia and the States, as much as the States got 2 goals and Slovakia only got 1, I thought the play was really back and forth. I thought there was time Slovakia was really controlling the play. I felt there was time the States were really controlling the play.
See, I actually disagree with you, Jacob. I actually think the game of the day was the Czechia-Finland game. Like, just the way it ended alone. Like, I had amazing goal in overtime and having such a low defensive game, and Czechia only holding, at one point, Czechia holded Finland to only a handful of shots, right? And Finland just really stepped up and dominated, but Czechia stayed with them the whole time. I really think that was the game of the day.
That was a great game as well. I mean, I thought today, 2 of the games were very exciting. 2 of the games were very boring.
Yeah.
Denmark, Canada, as much as I'm happy as a Canadian fan, don't go to steamboot.com. Anyone on Twitch? Slap my nards guy. Don't go to steamboot.com.
Slap my nuts.
But Dan, I don't want to slap your nuts. But overall, look, I think that at the end of the day, the U.S. got the win. But I do agree with you, Adam. I think there is some concerns. If they play like that against Sweden, they will lose.
100%, yeah.
I do feel if they play like that. And then hypothetically, when we look at we can take a look at the standings, because there's really not too much to say about the other games. No disrespect, but they weren't exhilarating matches. So the first place team gets the bye, which at the moment would be the U.S. and Finland, just because the U.S. has more goals than Sweden. But basically,
they don't get a bye. The first team doesn't get. They play in the quarters.
I didn't think
1v4 in each side, 2v3 on the in the other games. One plays the quarterfinal game.
Thank you, Adam, for correcting me.
Yeah,
so the States would play Latvia
in the World Juniors.
My apology. So right now the States would be playing Latvia. That's why that first place is so important, right?
Yeah.
And no disrespect to Latvia, no disrespect to Switzerland, but like playing Switzerland versus playing Slovakia or Sweden or Canada or Czechia, it's a very different matchup. And this is no disrespect to Latvia or Switzerland, but I think Slovakia is the sleeper team in this tournament that could legitimately
100% agree with you. Yeah. 100%.
Like, no disrespect to Switzerland, no disrespect to Latvia, but when you look at these standings, you have Sweden and Slovakia in the States, and all of them are trying to avoid having to play Czechia or Canada. And if you're Sweden, and if you're Canada or Czechia, you're really trying to avoid playing Slovakia or Sweden. Same with Finland. That's why this top position is so important. It's going to be tough now for Czechia to get that top position.
They can get it. Now.
They can. It's basically now between Canada and Finland. Canada has to win.
Canada can finish can only finish as low as second now.
Oh no, because Czechia has one more game, don't they?
No, Jacob. This is. It's been 3 games. There's only 2 there. This is not like the correct standings. This is like
these are the I don't know. Well, this is off TSN. I don't know why TSN isn't updated these.
I can tell you what they are on the IIHF website.
Where'd we go?
Those aren't updated yet. So right now, it's Sweden's top, and then it's U.S., Slovakia, Switzerland, and in Group B, it's Canada is top, Finland, Czechia, and Latvia. So Canada can only finish below Finland if they lose.
Which even if Canada finishes second, then you got to look at it. Then you're potentially playing Slovakia instead of Switzerland. And again, no disrespect to Switzerland. Look, I'm going to be honest. I think Switzerland could potentially beat Canada. They almost beat the States.
They did. Almost did.
They almost beat Slovakia. Like Switzerland is in this weird boat where they haven't won a game. Excuse me. But you look at their goal differential. It's only a 2-1 goal differential, like with 6 goals against, where 3 goals for, where Latvia is being outscored 10-1 right now. The difference is Latvia lost in overtime. In the IHF, they understand how to do math. So every game is worth the same amount of points. So it drives me absolutely bonkers in the NHL how some games are worth 3 points and some games are worth 2.
For sure, yeah.
It drives me nuts. Every game, you should not be able to give out less or more points depending on how many minutes the game was.
No, exactly. It doesn't make any sense.
That's my 2 cents on it anyways. But at the end of the day, we're certainly going to have an interesting way to finish off the rest of the preliminary rounds. We only have 2 games tomorrow, which is Germany versus Switzerland, Latvia versus Denmark. Those are big games for those countries if you're trying to avoid relegation.
I think both those games could be very tight because I can see Germany and Switzerland being comparable. I mean, Germany almost won today against the U.S. It's just like, well, Waddle was there, but goaltending was kind of questionable. Switzerland almost beat USA the other day. And Latvia and Denmark, I mean, I would think Latvia is a better team out of those two, but anything can happen. I mean, even today against Canada, even though we only won 9-1, we did get 1 goal by Carter George, who is arguably the best goalie in the tournament. And Denmark didn't shy away from Canada. They were battering out and hitting and stuff. And when we saw Latvia play against Canada, it was a tight checking defensive game. It went into overtime, and Latvia was hitting Canada just as good as Canada was hitting Latvia. So I can see both those games more being tight games. I wouldn't sweep on those games.
And those games for those countries is basically their tournament. Like, no disrespect to Switzerland, Germany, Latvia, or Denmark, but they are not expecting to get to the medal round. Their goal is to avoid relegation every year. Yeah. And that's why these games, although mind you, Latvia gave Sweden all they had last year.
They did
in the quarters. So I wouldn't sleep on any. I wouldn't sleep on any team right now. I think out of the top 4 in each group, there could be an upset in any quarterfinal matchup, in my opinion.
I can see Slovakia doing the upsetting.
I do want to say really quickly, sorry, but like the LA Kings, I want to say it's kind of crazy that the LA Kings. So the LA Kings have drafted Mr. Carter George from Team Canada. Wow. But also drafted Ripken from, I think it's how you say his last name, the Finnish goalie.
Interesting.
Like LA Kings have the 2 best goalies in each of the last 2 World Junior tournaments, you could say, arguably.
Interesting. Yeah.
Like LA's goaltending future is quite bright.
That's quite good bright. To see.
Like, it's crazy.
As bright as my light.
Dan does not like it that I like. I think everyone wants to see Dan.
Oh, yeah.
He's not as dashing as Lane Dashing Dashco. But but we want to make sure he's lit properly.
Lit, fam.
But either way, we know that there's still a lot more games to come in the World Juniors, and we can't wait to get into them. But I think it's time we move on to Monday Night Football.
I was going to ask, do we have score predictions for those 2 games or no?
I thought maybe sure, Dan. Well, why not? I segue us beautifully, and Dan's like, screw your segue. I want a moped. Yeah. All right.
It's up to you. We can not do it. I don't care.
No, we're doing it now, Dan. Get over it. Build a bridge. You know what, Dan? I'm going to give you a 10-second countdown, and you have to decide who's going to win between Germany and Switzerland. Oh, think. What is it?
I am.
You got to think louder.
Speak, Dan.
Switzerland 5-3.
I'm going to say Switzerland 3-1. I think with an empty netter. I think it's going to be closer, but I think the Swiss beat the Germans. Adam, what's your thoughts there between Switzerland and Germany?
I say 3-2 Switzerland in overtime.
Oh, overtime. I could make the point game very interesting.
Well, Switzerland would get in anyways. Germany have no points.
Germany has no points.
It makes no difference. Unless Slovakia, Slovakia beat Slovakia would have to beat the Swiss still on New Year's Eve anyways. But it would make things interesting for the New Year's Eve game between Slovakia and Switzerland.
Then we have Denmark versus Latvia. Adam, you go first on this one. Who are you taking, Denmark or Latvia?
Damn, this is hard. I would say Latvia just because Denmark might not. I don't know if Denmark will play their top goalie again tomorrow. If that was their top goalie who played today.
I think that was their backup today.
I think it was a backup.
I'm still going to go Latvia, and I'm going to say 2-1 because I don't know how good Denmark's gonna be tomorrow, given they just played today.
Fun fact: Denmark has outscored Latvia 4-1.
Interesting.
So Denmark has been able to get a bit more offense.
I'm still going.
No sponsors yet, but hey, if you know anyone who wants to sponsor us, send us an email to the Analyst Desk Sports Show at gmail.com. And actually, we'll give you a little hint. We are going to be releasing a sponsorship package in the new year that'll knock your socks off.
That's right. We have been
talking
about
it. They will be knocked off. If you are not wearing socks, they will be knocked on.
Oh my gosh.
Either way, the socks are getting knocked.
Oh gosh, Jacob. No.
There's all kinds of cool news coming in the new year, even different shows and different topics. Hint, automotive, music, gaming. So let's see what happens.
So Dan, you kind of just that's not really a hint.
That's not a hint, Dan.
That's not a hint. That's just giving it away.
Well, it's one of the people that saw it today get a bonus preview. So good for them.
We broke Adam. Anyways, I am also taking Latvia just because I think the Latvian goaltending is so much stronger than Denmark's. And I think Latvia has a little more to it. I think Denmark, the reason why they've scored some more goals is because the other team has kind of fallen asleep because the games have gotten out of hand, where Latvia has been in some tighter games. So I'm going to take Latvia. I'm going to take it in a 3-1 matchup again. It's going to be a low scoring affair, but I think Latvia will get it done. And basically that will lock them into making it because it'll be in regulation, which will give them 4 points, which will give Denmark no chance of catching them.
Well, I was going to copy you, Jacob, but let's make things interesting. I gotta say, welcome back to another viewer. Welcome, the sponsorship one. Welcome back to the decks. I gotta say, Latvia is going to win 4-1. Maybe we'll get some offense going.
Ooh. You're expecting a little bit of a blowout.
A little bit.
A little bit of a blowout between.
A little bit.
And I want to give you guys a question that you're not going to answer yet.
I decline the question.
It's going to give you time to think.
The polls?
I will make it into a poll, but then I want your guys' answer.
No, and I will not give you my
answer. The poll is going to be, I have to Google some spelling.
Oh gosh.
But who will be Team Canada's goalie in the New Year's Eve game? Is it Carter George or is it Ivan Kovic?
Oh, good question.
Don't answer yet.
Okay.
Damn.
Giving you some time.
Okay.
They say time heals all wounds.
Oh, this is
even though truthfully saying time heals all wounds is kind of BS.
Man, Jacob, this is a really tough question, actually. Oh, man.
I know it is. I'm making the poll right now. But what'd you guys think of Monday Night Football?
Oh, wow. Monday Night Football. Oh,
I saw last time I checked, it was like 17-24.
It was crazy, Adam. So at first, Atlanta was up 24-0, basically.
You're give me a whole recap of the game, aren't you? Just give me from the point I said I watched it from, which was 17-24.
Oh, okay.
That's what I saw.
Okay.
I saw the blocked field goal.
That's when we changed that game. It was just crazy.
Did LA win?
Yes.
No.
Oh, wow.
No, they didn't.
What?
Oh, no, Atlanta won. Right?
Oh, Dan? Why are you lying to me?
Well, you said you lost it.
No, I said I watched it 24-17.
Oh, I like that you turned it on at 24-17.
I just asked you if LA won, and you said yes.
Oh, let's hope Celebrini's okay, because there's been some talk about him potentially winning the Hart this year.
And him making the Olympics.
But
I hope he's okay.
What was the score then? The game
27-24, I believe.
Yes. Atlanta.
Maybe I should have just asked Jacob for the score. Dan.
I was making the poll. But
know.
Yeah, 27-24. Basically, this came down to by the time the Rams woke up, it was too late.
Yeah.
That's what came down to this one, because the Falcons in the first half just dominated.
They did, yeah.
Like and also too, Kirk Cousins played a very clean game. Didn't have to do much. Kirk Cousins.
So this has really been so instead of Kirktober, he's put Kirktober into December. It's become Kirk-sember.
It was
Kirk
Bijan
Denver.
Robertson, that really won this game. 195 yards on 22 carries, including the big 93-yard.
Oh, that was nuts.
You just ruined my Kirk Sember.
I ruined nothing.
Yes, you did.
Adam, don't make me accuse you of being.
Ruined my Kirk Sember.
But Matthew Stafford just made too many mistakes. 3 interceptions. And I don't know, Adam, you didn't see the end of the game, but they got the ball back with about 24, 25 seconds left. And Stafford had a receiver wide open that basically the guy could have walked in for a touchdown, and he missed him.
Oof.
Yeah.
That lost him the game.
That's
then
very
Puka Nacua losing the ball on the sidelines for a catch.
I still think that was a catch.
It wasn't a catch, Dan. He bobbled.
Because the ball never hit the ground.
But he didn't. You have to have full control, and he did
not.
Yeah,
but if it hits his body and it's in his hand,
it wasn't in his hand. It left his hand.
But it's still within his body.
That's not a catch.
It wasn't like the ball was fumbling in the middle of the air. It was still like right here.
Read a book. Read a book.
Calm down, ladies.
Hey. I'm an independent man. I don't need no man.
I don't think I like his comment about winching in Los Angeles. I think that's what happened. But I still think it was a catch.
It was not a catch. At the end of the day, though, the Rams had way to. If the Rams showed up in the first half, they would have won this game.
Oh, easily, yeah.
So it's going to be a lot tougher for them now to get because they're trying to avoid having to play the Eagles in the playoffs. And it's going to be a lot harder now because Brock Purdy made huge plays on Sunday night. Matthew Stafford made huge miscues on Monday night.
I think it's
not. But I do have a gas or ass for you boys.
No.
And I think I might get even. This might get me even more flack than the Josh Allen comments, which I love Josh Allen, by the way.
Why would you?
I even said I would marry Josh Allen. I don't even swing that way. So let's go to some gas or ass. Yeah, there is an ass gas. Yeah, there is an ass gas. Or is it ass? Gas or ass? The multiple miscues today by Matthew Stafford will lose him the MVP for the season.
Oh,
wait, Jacob, we still haven't answered the poll question.
You guys aren't answering the poll till the end of the show.
Oh my gosh. Why wouldn't you just tell me that? Okay.
I told you, give you time to think.
No, I don't think he's lost it. I'm gonna say
you got a gas in the chat.
I'm gonna say that because I think it will be determined on. Don't the Rams play the Niners?
Yeah.
No, I will not let him. Wait, don't the Niners and the Rams play this weekend? If I'm not mistaken, I thought they brought that up. I could be wrong, but if they do,
you've been wrong before.
Yes,
the 49ers play the Seahawks.
Damn it. Oh, it was them. It was the Seahawks.
And the Rams play the Cardinals.
Okay, wrong team. The second team I was wrong about. But I will say this. I don't think he has because I think he's been too good this year. But you could also say, did Drake May lose the MVP when he choked away that lead against the Bills? You could say the same thing about Drake May's performance, and I think Stafford has been too good this year for him not, because now they have the same amount of interceptions at 9. Stafford still has more touchdowns. Like, I think it will all determine on how he plays on that final game of the weekend. But I think Stafford's still MVP. I don't think that's lost it.
I'm saying gas to my own gas or ass, because sometimes I will say ass to my own gas or ass. And I'm saying gas, and I'm not going to tell you until I hear Dan's answer on who I think is taking over who I think is my MVP going into the final week.
Is it Drake May?
It is not. Dan, are you gas or are you ass?
Has anyone noticed something about me that just happened in the past couple minutes?
Yes, you put on a hat and you got short.
Yeah, my chair just broke.
I didn't notice anything.
Oh, your chair broke.
So my water didn't broke, but my chair.
Well, that's very good. Your water didn't break.
But my chair just broke. So I think I need a sponsorship coming in soon as I'm like sitting on the ground here. But anyway, to answer the woo!
Don't let the newbie know how to get you hyped up.
That's right. To answer Jacob's question, I'm going to say gas, because why not Josh Allen have MVP?
No. He can't after what he
Kick
did
ban
this week.
That's a kickable offense. ass.
You deserve a
that's
broken
bad.
chair for your ass.
Did not put up MVP.
I've had this chair forever. It was your chair first, Jacob. We've had
I
this
got
chair.
that chair when I was in grade 8.
Yeah, his chair has served us well.
Wow.
So
Can you look
rest
at
in peace to the chair.
Rest in peace to the chair.
the chair's not getting married.
That's the marriage thing.
Oh yeah,
You
I
guys-
get the wedding and funeral song mixed up.
You guys
Is there
are
a
going
song
to-
for funeral?
No.
It's just sad music,
Or
I
it could
guess.
be.
Big
Well,
Body
what is sad
Club.
music?
I'm kidding.
Oh, big boy club. Yeah, Edmonton fans never want to hear that song again.
Okay. Now, here is where you guys get mad at me because I think I'm rage baiting you a little bit. Sam Darnold for MVP.
Oh, I can see that.
Look at what he.
I
Okay,
can see that.
3,850 yards,
Yes.
25 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. I get he's thrown a few more picks. However, the reason why I'm saying MVP, I want to take you back on a trip in our little rocket ship to a Seattle Seahawks game. Okay. Do you know where I'm going with this yet?
No. Oh, wait, no, I do know
I
because Sam
want to take you
Darnold
back
came from
to
behind.
the Seahawks versus the Rams. A 38-37 overtime thriller by Sam Darnold. Yes, he threw 2 interceptions, but he made clutch throw after clutch throw, taking down Matthew Stafford. At the end of the day, I honestly think that could be why we may see Sam Darnold winning the MVP.
I
are
could
your
see
guys'
Sam
thoughts?
Darnold winning MVP. I could see it. I don't know. I think it depends on what happens. I think that if Darnold is in that conversation, if he wins against the Niners and Seattle are the top seed in the NFC, then yeah, I would give him MVP because the turnaround would have been amazing. Like that turnaround for Seattle to last year to this year is just incredible if they are top seed in the NFC.
Absolutely. And just quickly, we just lost it on Facebook, so I'm just trying to reboot Facebook. Yeah, I know, Dan. I see you put it in the private chat. We should be back. Facebook viewers, I think we're back. I apologize. We had a bit of a glitch.
Sam
But
loves it. Sam's loving it in the chat. Sam.
Oh, well, MVP. Yeah, I agree with Jacob. I think Darnold will be a great pick.
I honestly think if they win against the Niners, if he beats Brock Purdy and Seattle are the top seed in the NFC, you got to give him MVP because that's just an incredible turnaround for Seattle.
Welcome back,
Sam Darnold
Facebook
would deserve
viewers. I apologize that we went dark for a minute.
Oh, not your
but
fault.
We are back.
Well, you never know, Dan. It could be.
Maybe hit the wrong button.
No,
See, it's me
not
as Santa Claus. Put my picture back up. See, it's me as Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho. Welcome back. Welcome back, Facebook viewers. Welcome back.
Oh,
It's
we've seen
again.
Will's comment again. I don't know what Facebook's been a little glitchy tonight. There's been some power outages across Ontario. So, due to the storm. But look, I think either Sam Darnold or could we say the winner of that game, that QB will win MVP between Brock Purdy. I know Purdy had some injuries, but what Brock Purdy has done lately, he has been an unstoppable. I thought that game against the Bears was an MVP caliber performance.
Yeah, it was 100% it was.
If
you're
the
going to
Niners
laugh
win
at
it, I
me.
could see it. The
You're
Niners
going to
win that
laugh at
game,
me.
could
I
see
said,
it.
oh,
Do not
sorry.
say Phillip Rivers.
No. You're going to laugh at me. I did say Josh Allen because I'm Buffalo band, but I'm going to take my Buffalo Bills blinders off. Do you know who I could see win MVP?
Who?
Kirby? No, what's his first name? Something Williams in Chicago.
Oh, Caleb Williams.
Caleb, thank you. Caleb Williams in Chicago. I mean, he was not a good rookie, that's for sure. But you look at Daniels in Washington, he had the famous sophomore slump that we're all used to. And I thought for Sarah Williams would have a sophomore slump too. But you look at what he's done for Chicago this year, no one had a bingo card. Chicago was to be 11-4. And wow, he's just winning like crazy.
But yeah, I do agree with Will. Purdy smoked that game out of the park. He had one slip up the third, which I know honestly, that was a great defensive play on his interception, though.
It was.
The reason why I say no to Caleb Williams or Kirby Williams, as you call him,
I don't know why that was
his
Kirby.
completion percentage is under 60%. I don't think you can be an under 60% completion percentage and be the MVP.
But look how bad Chicago was before he was there. The MVP is the person that brings his team up to the next level. And you can clearly say Williams brought Chicago up to that level.
Derrick Henry, if Baltimore makes the playoffs?
He's not as dominant this year as he was last year.
Damn, the last couple of games, King Henry has been King.
Oh, I get that, but I'm saying the whole season, right?
I mean, if it's a running back and you're talking about who's most valuable to their team, you could argue James Cook.
I think James McCaffrey
has been better than
McCaffrey. Yeah,
McCaffrey's had a great season this year.
That's another one too.
Sorry, Adam, say that again.
CMC.
Oh, Christian McCaffrey. My favorite running back in the entire NFL.
Love it. He's been great this year.
I would become a bounce back year for him and Josh Allen.
He had a tough year last year with with all their injury issues. His injury issues, to be specific, of course. But I thought he had like a great bounce back year this year. And he's a big reason why, with all the injuries that Purdy's been dealing with, and all around injuries, because George Kittle's been out. They've been without Brandon Ayuk, of course.
Yeah.
For most of the year. So it's like, it makes sense. Like, I could give it to him if they win. If that's not Purdy, I would give it to Christian McCaffrey, because he's been a big reason why they are where they are right now.
Let's just say it, though, running backs don't win MVPs anymore.
Well, Saquon.
But why? Yeah,
but I mean,
why not?
Honestly, I almost wish they just did the best quarterback and best running back.
I agree.
And that Brock Purdy game had me on the edge of my seat. We were actually live on the air.
Oh, yeah.
That was a crazy game.
I mean, I always thought the game of the week was going to be the Bills and the Eagles, and no, that 49ers game was the game of the week. Yeah, it was.
And Dan, I know you say Josh Allen, but it was even borderline if Josh Allen deserved the MVP last year. And when I say this, I love Josh Allen. Like, I really do. I think Josh Allen is a
Joe Burrow was MVP last year.
I mean, honestly, if
2 years ago, I think
if they made the playoffs, Joe Burrow would have won MVP last year. But Josh Allen last year, 63.6 pass percentage completion, 3,731 yards, 28 TDs to 6 interceptions. Now, mind you, I don't have his rushing stats in front of me. But this year, funny enough, this year has a higher completion rating, more touchdowns, a little more interceptions, but a higher overall quarterback rating. Yet Josh Allen's not in that conversation for MVP. I just think this year, because you look at the game against the Dolphins that they lost, and you look at the game against this week against the Eagles. Will has a question for us, though.
Oh,
so Will,
are you ready?
We're ready.
Are you ready?
I gotta say, I can't think of his name. But what about that guy, defensive specialist who is making the sack record?
Myles Garrett?
Win MVP?
Yeah, I could see it. Myles Garrett for MVP. If he breaks the record, I could see it.
That would be amazing.
So Will wants some score predictions for the final week of the NFL.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's going to be tough. Okay, let's go.
But you know what?
Our predictions were horrid.
They were pretty bad. None of us got even right.
So let's just go over some of the games that actually matter.
I said 3-0 for the Titans or New Orleans game. I was way.
Yeah, you had the wild ones.
Dan was really excited about the Raiders game last week, so I don't know. All right, let's go over some games that matter. First one that matters is the first game of the week, and that's the Panthers versus the Buccaneers. This game matters a lot.
I got my boy Bryce Young. And the Panthers taking care of business again against Mayfield and the Bucs. That's what I got.
I am the opposite.
I got 27-24 Panthers.
The man that will headbutt a wall without a helmet on.
That's Scatterboo.
Getting it. Baker Mayfield does it as well.
Yes, but Cam Scatterboo's funnier.
He does it more often. But yes, I'm taking Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers in a 20-17 thriller with a walk-off field goal. Adam, what's your score prediction in that?
I said 27-24 for big Bryce Young. He's got to take care of business.
More like little Bryce Young.
Ooh.
Well, he is small in stature, Jacob, but that's a mean thing to say.
But
don't bully him for his size, Jacob.
I don't think he meant it that way.
Dan.
That's
I don't
not how I meant it. I meant more like, see, Will knows what I'm saying. Thank you, Will. Dan, the man who has lost 6 inches but can still make it work.
Hey, and I couldn't say my Kendrick comment while I have my comment about Kendrick's size. You cut that out of the show, bro.
Because you went on about it for half an hour. Anyways, I'm just talking about your chair. Have a good night, Sam. Can't wait for your segment to drop tomorrow.
Yeah, it's exciting. Have a good sleep.
Man.
See ya.
Who are you taking, Dan, in this one between the Panthers and the Bucks?
I'm taking the Bucks with this one, and I think the score is going to be 38-32.
38.
Wild one.
What other games matter? Let's go Ravens Steelers. Winner
That's a big
gets
one.
the spot.
Ravens.
If the Steelers lose, Dan has to wear some sort of clown outfit.
That's why I'm saying the Ravens. I really want to see it. It's going to be really funny. I just really want to see it. But I do think the Ravens, because I think the Steelers would take their eye off the ball again.
The only thing is we don't know about Lamar Jackson. I mean, as much as Huntley got the job done, they're a very different team without Lamar Jackson. Mike Tomlin always consistently has mediocre season and makes the playoffs. I hate to say it, I'm taking the Steelers.
Oh,
I don't like this Steelers team. I don't like Aaron Rodgers, but I think with an injured Lamar Jackson, I don't know if King Henry has enough magic left in the lamp to do it 2 weeks in a row. But I'm going to say it's a very low-scoring game. I'm going to say 10-7 Steelers.
Wow.
What's your score prediction?
I'm going to say 21. No, I'm going to say 10-7 Ravens. I'm going to go low scoring because I think
and
this is
copying.
Oh, did you say 10-7 too?
He did.
Yes.
I'll say
6-7.
I will say 6-3.
I'll say 6-7.
I will go lower. I will go lower than you, Jacob, then. Okay. There you go.
Okay. Dan, who are you taking?
I'm taking the Steelers. My boy, Old Man Rodgers. It's going to get it done. Get his 10th winning season. Low scoring game, 18-12.
Yeah, and you don't have to wear the clown suit.
That's right.
Let me see. What other games matter?
Oh,
There's
the
a lot
Ravens.
of
Actually,
games-
speaking of old men,
Yeah.
can we all say that Rivers gets the comeback player of the year? Old Man Rivers.
I don't know. DeMar
I don't know.
Hamlin literally died and they didn't give it to him, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I know that's
Well, because he
true.
barely played, to be fair.
But he's
Dude, he
dead.
died. He
Yeah, but he
literally
still
came
didn't
back to
play.
life.
His heart stopped.
Yeah, but he didn't play, so you can't really give him comeback player of the year when he
He
barely
played.
played in games.
He played.
Like, I get it, he came back from life. Like, he came back to life, but he didn't play any games. You can't give
It's
someone.
hard to like the way I'm seeing it now.
He didn't play any football. He barely
You know-
played any.
You know what, though? Since Dan cared about them so much, let's talk the Raiders versus the Chiefs.
Yeah. This is going to be such a bad game.
I know. Dan, I'm assuming you're
So
taking
bad.
the Raiders, right?
Oh, yeah, bro.
Okay, Dan, what's the score, Dan?
6-7.
Okay,
Or
Raiders
7-6,
gonna
let's say.
7-6. I'm going to say the Chiefs 20-5.
Okay, no. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to
20-6.
go the opposite of you guys. I'm gonna go 45-42 for the Raiders.
Nice.
I'm gonna go a shootout this
My
time.
gosh, it's gonna be
It's
the
gonna be a
Raiders are gonna
shootout.
end the season like crazy.
It's gonna be a shootout. It's gonna be a shootout. It's gonna be fun.
You know what? I think the Packers Vikings means something for the Packers. So let's go
Well, you know,
Packers.
Jacob,
Vikings.
I do want to clarify. All the touchdowns are gonna be interceptions.
Oh,
They're gonna be returned. They're all gonna be pick sixes. That's how this game's gonna go. It's gonna all be pick. The offenses are gonna do nothing. You're gonna throw a ton of pick sixes. That's my prediction.
Will's giving us a prediction in the chat: 30-20 to the Chiefs. Probably the most realistic prediction out of all
Probably.
those.
I think mine is a bunch of intercept pick sixes. That's very realistic for these two teams.
Last one we'll do here: Packers versus Vikings.
Oh,
We're not
good.
going to do the Seattle 49ers game. which
That's
is
the big
We'll
one.
also do
biggest
Seattle's
game on
49ers.
calendar.
That's the biggest one, bro.
But quickly, Packers versus Vikings. This is a big game for the Packers.
The pack is back.
I'm going to say the Packers will get this one done.
28
to 6.
Whoa.
The Vikings last game won while throwing -7 yards. I don't think they're going to be able to do the 2 weeks in a row.
I'm going to go 35-3 for the Pack.
Will
is going 35-25 Packers. What are your thoughts, Dan?
I'm going to say Packers 22-9.
Then last but certainly not least,
the game
will go 49ers versus Seahawks. The 13-3 Seahawks versus the 12-4 Niners.
Wow. Game of the week. Let's go.
Potentially, whoever wins this game wins the MVP. Although they'll probably give it to someone else.
Definitely somebody else, probably.
They'll probably give it to Stafford, even I don't think he deserves it.
Well,
who's winning this one, boys?
And they could give it to Jackson. Who's the receiver on Seattle? Because if he hits 2,000 yards, could he get MVP even?
Maybe.
Sorry, just wanted to add that in there. No other context to this. Just wanted to add that in there.
Will was saying 49ers 40-20. Wow, I was expecting Brock Purdy to ball out.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'm going Seahawks 35-32.
I'm gonna go 49ers 28-27.
Wow.
Mr. Koff.
Sorry. I'm going Seattle 30-27. I think it's going to be right down.
No one has faith in Brock Purdy but Will.
I do. I said 49ers.
Yeah, I was going to say, Adam did.
I thought you said Seattle.
Jacobs just lied on my name.
Literally.
Like, damn.
I'm sitting on the ground. Jacob's lying on Adam. Like, what's going on? Well,
I'm
not
lying
Adam,
on
his
Adam.
name. Adam's name.
Everybody's hating on me today.
But let's get into some NHL action because we had a lot of good NHL action.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Some games are still going on.
Yep. Do you want me to give you an update if the games are going on still?
Sure, Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, I got it up on my screen. So right now, San Jose is beating Anaheim with only 90 seconds left, 5-4, but Anaheim's on the power play. Canucks and Kraken are tied 2-2 with 5 minutes left. Those are 2 games going on. Do you want me to read off the rest of them or no?
Sure.
Okay. Florida beat the Capitals 5-3. Wilson got 2 goals. Brad Marchand got 1 there. Nice one. Carolina beat the Rangers in overtime 3-2.
In overtime.
Blue Jackets schooled Jacob's best Canadian team, the Senators, 4-1. The Oilers schooled Lane's best Canadian teams, the Jets, 3-1. For Sabres, the winning streak continues. Beat the Blues 4-2. Jacobs, Calgary Flames beat Boston in overtime 2-1. The Abs beat the Division rivalry, the Kings, 5-2. The Predators beat the Mammoth, trying to get their first playoff berth 4-3. And the Wild beat the Golden Knights. What? 5-2. Wow.
So the game that I really want to talk about is the Oilers versus the Jets. The Oilers were outshot. The Oilers only got 20 shots on Hellebuck.
Yeah.
The Jets got 42 shots on Calvin Pickard and only
Pickard of all people.
1 goal behind him. Bless you, Adam. It looked like a sneeze.
What? No, Jacob, it was me yelling. That's what it was.
But Edmonton got the win, and Calvin. It's weird of Calvin Pickard. He's either the worst goalie in the NHL, or he looks like he's going to win the Vezina.
Yeah, literally.
That was what Stuart Skinner was last year.
True.
Basically.
Big dub for Calvin Pickard, and Edmonton gets it done with Roslovic and Hyman and someone else. And Max Jones, whoever that is, scoring their 3 goals.
He's an enforcer for Edmonton.
Only 1 goal for the Jets. Do you guys think the Jets might sell? Like if this continues going into the new year? Like we talked about the Leafs next 10 games, man, the Jets, if they don't get going.
with Hellebuyck and Scheifele, like with matching 8-year contract, or but it's probably 7 years now. Like those two guys locked down long-term last year, ahead of the season last year. Like it's kind of hard to trade those two contracts just because of how long they are and their ages.
Well, I think they both have no moves too, but
I don't know. I don't think they do. I think they even try and buy. Like they try and buy. I think they try to go full out.
Jacob.
Hi.
This Max Jones you never heard of, I just want to point out to you, reason why maybe Anaheim struggled so long, he was a first-round draft selection. He went 24 overall.
And he's got 2 points in 7 games, won an all-star.
Yeah.
I just feel Winnipeg, sorry, they just don't have enough. If you can shut down Scheifele and Connor, you've basically shut down the Jets. Like
they're missing someone named Ehlers.
They're missing Ehlers. They didn't replace Ehlers, thinking that Jonathan Toews. I get what Phillip Rivers has done. Jonathan Toews is clearly not Phillip Rivers. I know Rivers haven't won a game yet, but still. Like when your leading shot guy is like Kyle Connor had 9 shots tonight. But when you're basically, if you could shut down Scheifele and Connor, you've shut down the Jets. And Connor Hellebuyck is playing good, but he isn't playing phenomenal.
Jonathan Toews has 10 points in 37 games, and so that's less points than Max Domi.
That's where Dan sets the bar because he knows I'm not a Max Domi fan.
100%. And he's a minus 15. That's the worst press minus Max Domi.
Yeah, like the Jets just, why didn't they even go and get a guy like Connor Brown or something?
Yeah, literally.
Round out your bottom 9. Because the top line's great with Scheifele, Connor, and whoever else they want to stick.
Gabriel Vardy, thank you.
I think he's having a pretty good year.
He's having a great year. I see what they put up with where Nick
Velarde's got 16 goals, 17 assists for 33 points in 37 games. He's having a really solid year.
That's really good.
But I just look at the rest of this Jets team. They just don't have enough offense. And, I think maybe you got to blame Cheveldayoff here. I think he's on the hot seat.
Oh, 100%.
Adam, do you think Cheveldayoff's on the hot seat?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Like, I would even say they're coaches because this team has just been playing I can't even say, I don't think Toews was brought in necessarily to replace what Ehlers brought. I just don't think they had much. There was nobody really else out there that they could afford to bring in.
Right.
And as I said yesterday, Ehlers, his contract was too much of a risk for them, clearly. But I do think they still have the talent to do it. And also, to be fair to Jonathan Toews, guys, he hasn't played in 2 years.
Oh, I'm not mad at
him. I'm not mad at him.
No.
I love the story.
I'm just saying, he hadn't played in 2 years, and it's just that may be why he's just playing so rough.
Oh, for sure.
I would even say the Jets are playing weirdly bad. Ehlers played 67 games last year. Ehlers didn't play all year. So it wasn't like he was essential to that team winning games.
But he had 63 points in those 69 games.
Yeah, he played great, but I don't think he was essential to.
Obviously, he was.
It shouldn't have been this large of a fall off from the.
Well, I agree, right? But I mean, maybe at the same time, maybe we're just like how I keep telling Leaf fans to shut up about Marner. Maybe we should start shutting up about Ehlers.
I think we're the only people that talk about Ehlers being a big reason why the Jets are struggling. But I don't know what.
Well, everyone said it was because Connor Hellebuyck was injured, but Hellebuyck has came back and they're still losing.
Well, their goaltending is just terrible.
Well, I can't say Hellebuyck has been terrible, but he hasn't been. Last year, Connor Hellebuyck could stop anything.
Yeah.
This year, Connor Hellebuyck is playing okay. And I think for the Jets to be successful, Connor Hellebuyck has to be he's got a .908 save percentage, a 2.53 goals against average, and no shutouts. Where last year he had a .925 save percentage, a 2.00 goals against average, and 8 shutouts. I think they're just built to. I think they desperately need the way the Leafs desperately need Matthews to lead the offense. I think the Jets desperately need Connor Hellebuyck to bail them out. And this is a great comment here. The Jets have built a good team, not a great team. It was a good run, very similar to the Leafs, in my opinion.
Yeah, I
Again,
agree.
you could, even though I think the Jets and the Leafs are built very different, you could say, though, they're built around, if their couple top players don't perform, they just can't get it done.
100%. Like, I just want to say, add to Adam's point, I'm not for 1 second slamming Jonathan Toews. I think he's a future Hall of Fame player. Great dude, great leader. I love him. My problem is they signed him as a second line center and gave him over $3 million. If they brought him in as a leadership fourth line guy, like what the Leafs did with Jason Spezza a few years back and gave him $1 million contract, I would be very happy with that. I wouldn't care about the numbers and stuff. But the point is, Winnipeg desperately needs a second line center. And I didn't realize this until last year in the second round when Mark Seifert got injured. Because if Mark Seifert got injured, no disrespect to Adam Lowry and Wesson, who played for Tampa. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Very sorry, buddy. But no offense to those guys, but they are not second line centers. That was very obvious in the playoffs. That was their one big gap. And if they let the $8.5 million go from Nikolai Ehlers, they should have spent that money to get a true second-line center, like a Jack Lockerfus in Edmonton, for example. I know he was not signed to Winnipeg for 1.5, but you could have got him easily.
He's not a second-line center either, though, Dan.
But someone like that, right? Like Jonathan Toews, great signing. But they still need a second-line center.
Well, I think the issue was that I don't know if the Jets thought it, but I think the Jet fan base thought Jonathan Toews was going to become the second-line center.
No.
And it was kind of like when I used to see Leaf fans saying, have Jason Spezza on the top line back in the day.
You can't.
It's like you can't have these guys who are past their prime being your core guys getting it done. But as a reminder to people, if you go over to our social media,
Instagram,
social media
love on
is
Instagram
very, very social. I'm bringing up our Facebooks. It's easier to do on my computer.
Yeah,
but we do have a question where you guys can send in your videos to us. And if you're not comfortable making a video, then just send me who you think is the most disappointing team and why out of these three between the Jets, the Leafs, and the Senators. And we will talk about them live on the air.
That's right.
So remember, either send us, we want your take, not just in the comments, but send us a video response of your opinion and reasoning. And your clip could air live on the Analyst Desk. So if you haven't seen this yet on our Facebook or our Instagram, please come over and do this. This is going to be a lot of fun. We really want to try to engage with you guys even more. So have a lovely day. But let's get back to the comment section here. Celebrini came back in last minute of the game. San Jose won 5-4. The kid has a good gash on his face, but he wasn't missing it. Well, that's good to see and hear, because I think Macklin Celebrini right now is arguably one of the best players in the entire league.
Oh, 100%. I was going to be my next comment that San Jose won the game. I just got very passionate about Jonathan Toews, but yeah.
Celebrini today, goal, 2 assists, 3 points. This kid's insane.
And Vancouver and Seattle are in overtime.
Did you guys hear the rumor potentially of Elias Pettersson going to Carolina?
No. Yeah, you were telling me.
Now, I think from what I saw, I don't think they're going to trade Stankoven and Sarangovic. I don't see Carolina trading Sarangovic to get in Pettersson.
No.
Because I think they're pretty even.
I agree with that.
You know,
could be missing piece of Carolina.
I think Carolina's looking to find that missing piece because, I mean, they haven't really had enough of it. But quickly before we go, because I think we're all kind of burning out a little bit tonight. So, I'm
just sitting on the ground. Besides that, I have a lot of energy.
Did you guys know what the CFL Players Association report card is?
Yes.
Which, by the way, Sam, when I mentioned CFL, for PA report cards. I just didn't want to put it in the chat, like on the screen.
I'm pretty sure I know it. I saw it last year.
So what it is the teams will give their ratings of each, like the Players Association will give out their ratings of each team. I can never tell if Adam's sneezing or coughing. But
It's always a cough, Jacob. It's never a sneeze. Oh my god.
Adam doesn't sneeze.
He doesn't have any dust buddies in his room. No
sneeze,
need for
and when I
sneezing.
sneeze, it's adorable. When I cough, I look like I'm bloody crazy.
But I'm curious for you guys, who do you think will get the lowest overall report
Damn.
by the Players Association? The lowest.
Ottawa.
Yeah, I would think Ottawa or maybe even Toronto, given this season.
I was gonna say, I hate to say it, but I wonder about Toronto, especially now with Tavares McFadden basically.
Yeah, I didn't like that tweet at all.
Girl Scout.
Yeah,
that was terrible. I love McFadden. That was sad to see.
Now maybe they'll work it out, but I mean, I think he wants. It depends, right? I know
that happens a lot in football. Look at James Cook. He unfollowed the Buffalo Bills on Instagram, and then he ended up signing. And it's been some, I can't think of the player on top of my head, but last year there was an article saying, I'm never coming back, and then they brought him back, right? So you never know.
It was me. No, I'm kidding. No. But I'm going to go a little off the board on this one, and I think the worst will end up being Calgary.
Whoa.
I know Calgary has really outdated facilities. Like, it definitely won't be BC. I think Ottawa has good facilities, but I do think the coaching staff was lacking last year.
Well, that's why I picked Ottawa. Fair Arena's really nice.
They started doing these back in 2023, and unlike the NFL, they don't have where the NFL doesn't have categories tied to each facility. The CFL does have categories titled to different things such as amenities, flights, food, football operations, and so on and so forth. So it is an interesting way for them to break it down. It gets broken down into equipment, management, training staff, treatment facilities, nutrition and diet, team travel, and training camp.
Oh, okay.
So those will be coming out on January 7th. I just wanted to touch base on that because that's something I find very interesting.
Yeah.
And I find it more interesting than the NFL one because it gives you a much more in-depth look where the NFL one's like, they suck. Why? I'm not going to tell you.
Very good topic, Jacob. I like that. That's very interesting. Topics. I was just going to say, before we sign off, is there any other NHL games we want to talk about from today, or are we all good?
The other ones weren't really anything. I mean, Calgary getting a big win over Boston. They're only one game behind 500 now, which I believe that actually brings them pretty close to a playoff spot.
Yeah, within 3 points, I think.
In Calgary, because the Calgary Flames are now their Flames are 3 points out of a playoff spot because the Sharks won. But they are keeping pace with San Jose.
The one I was going to say, I'm most
they're also only 6 points behind the Anaheim Ducks to get back into the Pacific.
And the one I was going to say I'm most impressed with was Buffalo. Yeah. Buffalo just keeps winning and winning and winning, and good on them.
I can't stop winning. I can't stop winning. I can't stop winning. Yeah, the Buffalo Sabres are now.
I know it's 9 in a row now.
The Sabres are currently tied for the wild card spot.
Is that crazy?
Yeah, and the Sens, unfortunately, which maybe you're fearing than the Sens are the most disappointing team out of those three teams we talked about. Yeah, the Ottawa Senators have now dropped. They're only 3 points out of a playoff spot, though.
Yeah,
Leafs are 4 points out again with the Panthers win. But the Sens, you know what? They're only 5-4-1 in their last 10, 2 straight losses.
And it's so sad with Omar too taking a leave. Hopefully
everything's okay with him and his family. That's and whatever's going on in his situation. But
what you look at, Buffalo winning 9 in a row, Winnipeg, Toronto, Ottawa, they all could do the same. So
Dan, you can do your favorite line.
Anything's possible.
Even wearing a box on your head, it's still possible.
That's right.
But I would say it is time for us to wrap up the evening or the morning for us at the
I need to get a new chair. I'm literally on the ground.
We will have to, I guess, hopefully there's still some Boxing Day sales on chairs.
I sure hope so.
But thank you very much for joining us at the Analyst Desk. I think we'll probably be back tomorrow after the Leafs and the World Juniors. We'll do another recap show.
Hopefully I'll be to new heights.
If not, we'll just give Dan like a bunch of pillows he can sit on.
Yeah, exactly.
But thank
Just
you
like
very
the
much.
kid with the airbag and the dashboard, like stack them up.
Please do that. That would be so funny. No, you and Jacob in the same room.
A LA Poncho.
I think that's like French or something.
I believe it is as well.
No,
I
it's
think
like
that's
the
like-
Wayne thing. You put over
You
your head
know,
with his
that's the
Wayne.
same
Right?
one.
Oh,
Joe,
Dan. It's probably goodbye in French.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Hey, you know what though? If you're a Montreal Canadiens fan, you got to be happy. Only 3 points behind the Red Wings for first in the.
That was my pick. Quarter when we did that episode, quarter way through the year, who was best Canadian team? My pick was Montreal, and we'll have a talk it over. And Sarah will have to do a halfway view season. The NHL.
Oh, that means till next time. Hey, we apologize.
Oh.
I guess Adam is the most bilingual out of the three of us.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry, I
not
don't know
bilingual.
French. Sorry about that.
I'm just smart. That's why I'm.
Remember,
the goat.
Dan, you did say
I'm the
you
greatest
actually.
of all
I
time.
won't out Dan for his French mishap at the rest stop in Quebec.
What?
You don't remember, do you?
Abe Dupabe?
No, not A&W. Thank you very much for watching at the Analyst Desk. We'll see if Dan will let me tell that story on the next episode.
Do it.
Oh,
Tell
wait.
it. Tell it.
Wait. Who's your starting goalie for Team Canada?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes. So tell me when
Our
we lost.
poll- Actually, I'm not going to tell you the poll answers yet. I don't want that. I don't want that swaying yet.
Oh yeah.
I-
Oh shoot. Yeah. I
Is
have
it
have
Marty
an answer.
George or is it Ivan Kovic?
For
Dan,
me, it's Ivan Kovic.
Why?
Why? Because I think Carter George looked a little shaky on a goalie loud against
Didn't.
Denmark tonight. And that Czechia game was a bit of a shootout, right? He allowed 5 goals. Ivan Kovic, that was a very tight game against Latvia. And of course, he didn't play today either. So I'm giving it to Ivan Kovic.
Adam, are you going with the kit that's hot now or the goalie of the tournament of last year?
This is so hard.
I
I
know
do
it
want to
is.
point out, like Carter George has been dominant in a Canada jersey.
know.
Like he's 13-4. Like he is amazing. He's 5 shutouts in a Team Canada jersey.
Yeah.
Carter
Kovic
George is a
has
phenomenal
allowed
goalie.
4 goals in the World Juniors in his entire World Junior career. 7 for
but
8 in a shootout last year.
man, but Ivan Kovic has been so good as well. Like it's so hard
Start the
give
third
an
string.
answer.
Screw it.
because he is a class goalie and he's so good. Ivan Kovic too. Like it's, I don't think you can really go wrong.
Yeah.
I'm
What do
gonna
you
go. I'm gonna go Ivan Kovic. If he
Nice.
struggles against Finland, you take him out and you put George back in.
Yeah,
But
just-
Ivan Kovic, I think Ivan Kovic deserves a chance against Finland. But I do think, personally, I would put Ivan Kovic. I do think they're gonna go with George, though. To be honest with you, like if I'm being honest, I want Ivan Kovic to get the chance, but I do think George will get the net, just because I think George is just way too good.
Our poll, by the way, is 67% George, 33% Ivan Kovic.
Nice.
Makes sense.
I personally I'm going to be boring. I'm going Ivan Kovic if it's me. I think he's just earned it. I thought George looked iffy against Czechia. Not saying the game was not saying all the goals were his fault, but I thought Ivan Kovic against Latvia looked pretty much unbeatable. The only goal that beat him, he had absolutely no chance on. Also, I'm saying this straight up, Ivan Kovic is your goalie for next year because he's a bit younger. So I think you
He
may
is
want to give
eligible
him
for
the.
next year. I didn't know if he was eligible for next year or
I'm
not.
99% sure he
I'm pretty
is.
sure he's 19. I think Ravensburg, the third, is eligible for next year because he's only.
But it's the U20s.
But Jacob, like it's the eligibility is you have to be.
That's your birthday too.
It's
Shorty.
depending on your
It's
birthday,
your
Jacob.
Ivan
That's-
Kovic is 18, mother truckers.
Okay, so he is eligible.
Because he's going to be your starter next year, I think he should get the start this year as well. Because he's going to be your guy moving forward.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents.
Sure.
Plus,
But
he
you
plays
got
for
to,
Michigan.
but you could have
We have
said
a
the
lot of
same thing
Michigan.
about maybe Augustine shouldn't have started last year because he wasn't your goalie for this year. Like you know,
but the difference was America had one clear-cut guy. where I didn't.
Yeah, but I'm
Canada,
just saying, like, your reasoning, like, you're like saying that is the reason why you should.
that's not my
start
only
Ivan
reason,
Kovic.
but it's part of my reasoning.
Yeah.
Just quickly,
My
since
main reasoning is Ivan Kovic for Team Canada, and I'd like to read you some stats. The U18s, a 105 goals against average, a 961 save percentage, 6-0. World Juniors last year, he did lose, but at a 1.85 goals against average and a 123 and a 923 save percentage. This year for Michigan, University of Michigan, a 1.90 goals against average, a 927 save percentage, and 3 shutouts. This year in the World Juniors, a 0.99 goals against average, a 963 save percentage. This guy's the best goalie in the tournament, and you've got to go with him.
Just quickly before we go, Vancouver and Seattle did not end it in overtime, and it is in a shootout right now. Yeah, interesting.
And on that bombshell, I think it's time that we wrap it up for the night. So I can't pronounce it, but this just says it all. Until next time.
Just say till next time.
Till next time. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us at the Analyst Desk. If you're looking for more Analyst Desk content, follow us on all the social medias. You can even roast me for my takes that you guys think are crazy. Go over to the comments and look at the Josh Allen versus Patty Mahomes. It's getting pretty heated in there, and I love it. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'm the self-proclaimed sports analyst, joined by Mr. More for Your Money.
Woo!
And Adam the GOAT.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vancouver just won the shootout 3-2.
Woo!
Can't
Go
even.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Good job, Vancouver. I'm so proud of you. Have a good night, everyone, and good morning. We'll see you
Bye-bye.
later. Peace out, Girl Scout.